Welcome students, welcome to this online session of operations research. In this lecture, we are going to study about decision tree. That is the final topic of decision theory. So we will introduce the term decision tree and the explanation of, we will look into the explanation of different terms related to decision tree. We will also look into the steps to prepare the decision tree, and we will explain or we will solve an example based on decision tree. We will also see advantages and disadvantages of decision tree, and finally we will conclude the chapter. So let's start. So what do you mean by decision tree? So based on the decision criteria which we have identified in previous steps, we can prepare a decision tree. So here on the right hand side you can see this depiction of the alternatives which we have decided beforehand. See, first of all, we have different possibilities. For example, if you want to play tennis outside, so based on the outlooks, you will decide. Say, if for example, if it is humid weather, then there are possibilities of, say, high humidity or normal humidity. If it is high humidity, then you will not play. But if it is normal, then yes, you can. Again, the weather's three conditions are the sunny, right, outcast, or you can say the rain is there. If it is outcast, then it is not possible to play. But if it is rain and then it is windy, then if it is a strong wind, then is not possibility to play. But if there is a weak wind, then you can play. Right? So these are some of the scenarios for decision making, and you depict them with the help of this decision tree. So there are terminologies related to the decision tree. First of all, root node. It is the point where multiple sets of homogeneous variable. Let's say, for example, this is the root node. From there, the decision making starts, right? Or you can say the alternatives divide. Then you have decision node. From root node, you have the decision point here, which diverges into different alternatives or different possibilities. Then you have terminal node, which is the final node, which is the outcome of the different alternatives. Then you have branches. Different alternatives branch out from the decision nodes, right, or chance nodes. Splitting is, let's say, for example, here we have split into three alternatives based on the decision making, and pruning is you are merging two different alternatives. We will leave these two because we can easily, these two are specifically used in the data science, but here specific terms are root, decision, terminal, and the branches. Now let's look into the steps to prepare the decision tree. The first step is to understand the specify the problem. Similar to the steps of decision making, we will also employ the same steps here. Second step is to interpret different alternatives, all the possible solutions and the consequences as well. Third step is to present the variables and their probability values. Based on the alternatives, we will find out their probability estimates. And based on the probability estimates and the chance, we can find out the outcome. And whatever the chances are there, or you can say the probability estimates are there, and the payoff, you can easily calculate the outcome. And finally, as the part of overall analysis, we can figure out easily by analyzing different outcomes, whichever is the favorable decision, the company will go with that decision. So let's look into an example so that we can understand. Here the companies have four alternatives, and the state of economy is fair, good, and great. The probability is also given. For the fair economy 0.2, for good it is 0.5, and for great it is 0.3. For different alternatives W, X, Y, and Z, the outcome is given here, payoff is given here, right? Now company wants to decide which alternative the company should choose out of this W, X, Y, and Z. So based on this given data, we will try to prepare the decision tree. So here four alternatives are there. Here from the decision node, there are four alternatives W, X, Y, Z. and the monetary value or the sub branches coming out of W, X, Y and Z, which is fair, good and great. So 3 sub branches are coming out of all 4 sub branches, right? Now monetary value is also given here, which is 1000, 3600, which was given previously here, right? So same we have written here. Now that probability is also given. So multiply this monetary value with the probability to get the expected value and sum them up to get the expected value. So that is what we have done here, 3500. So there is a mistake here, printing mistake. There is 3500 here, right? That is the expected value. So once we calculate the expected value, we get for all the alternatives W, X, Y and Z. So if you carefully see here, the expected monetary value of Y, which is 4900, is the maximum. So the company is going to go with the alternative of Y, right? Out of the 4 projects, for example, the company will go with the Y project. Why? Because the expected monetary value derived from the Y alternative is the maximum. So in this way, we can easily solve the example based on decision tree. Now, what are the advantages if we are employing the decision tree analysis? The first and foremost is the suitable project solutions. If you want to depict graphically, or you can say pictorially, is easily be depicted with the help of decision tree analysis. You can classify the data based on categories, right? If you have multiple decision tools, if it is not complex, then you can easily solve with the help of decision tree. Again, categorical and numerical data both can be easily catered with the help of decision tree. And finally, variable analysis can be easily done. All the data variables which we have included can easily get the solution with the help of decision tree analysis. Coming to the disadvantages, if you have excessive data, complex alternatives are there, it is very difficult to manipulate, or you can say compute the solution. Now, for classifying this alternatives, there are chances of human error, because if there is an error in classification, the outcome will be erroneous. Now, again, if there is an error, you will have variances in these, or you can see the spread in the data, which will contribute to the error. Continuous variables, it is unsuitable. Remember this thing. For continuous data, it is very difficult. For discrete data, you can easily get apply the decision tree analysis. Now, if it is accuracy, is definitely, if it is more accurate, but if there is a bias in the data calculation, or you can say the measurement, it will contribute to the error. And again, you have to have time, and it is time consuming as well as the expensive process of decision analysis with the help of decision tree, but extensively used in the data science. Now we come to the conclusion here. Similar to the PERT and CPM, it is very much useful, right? Because multiple complex decision criteria are there, you can easily depict them on paper with the help of decision tree analysis. And there are chances that you will end up, we have multiple criteria for decision making, and you can, for the decision maker, it is easy for them with the help of calculations, they can carry out the methodology shown here, and they can possibly calculate the optimal solution, or you can say the criteria which is favorable for the decision. Hence, in this way, with the final topic in the decision tree, as a decision tree with the example, we have concluded this chapter. Thank you.